Hey guys, Fuck here and welcome to another FIFA 20 information video. This is something that I really want to try and start doing a lot more for FIFA 20, is that before we kind of get each promo, I want to kind of give you guys a bit of a guide on what to sort of expect in terms of SBCs, objectives, or just general cards that we're going to be getting for a new promo. And of course, it is the Ultimate Screen promo that is coming out this Friday. That is definitely confirmed, although it's not being confirmed by any of the community managers or the EA Twitter account. It will come out this Friday, there's no question about that, based on previous years of how this promo has ran. Back in FIFA 18, we got this this promo on October the 20th. Last year for FIFA 19, we got the promo on October the 19th. Both of those were Fridays, and obviously this year it would make sense, and it will be released on Friday, October the 18th. And every single year, this promo has ran to November the 1st. And obviously in that point, you do also get your first shapeshift in stats. I'll talk about the shapeshift in stats a little bit later on in the video. Also, guys, in the background of this video, there'll probably be just some random gameplay of FIFA and stuff like that as well. And a lot of you guys really enjoyed the icon swaps guide information video, so I thought I might as well just do one for that for the Ultimate Screen promo and just keep doing them for, you know, for Fortnite and stuff like that, future stars and all that kind of stuff, as the kind of game cycle goes on. So the first thing that we obviously have to say is that yes, the promo will run from October 18th to November 1st, which is like, what, 2 weeks or something like that, which is pretty awesome. So in that time, we're going to expect, first of all, initially 23 players will be picked pretty much at random. It's really hard to call what kind of players are going to get in there. I mean, you could arguably say cards like maybe an Alvaro Morata, who used to be good in previous FIFAs, might get in there and have like awesome stats, but there's no real kind of general, you know, we don't know exactly like how EA picks these cards or whatever. I mean, we've seen some interesting ones in the past. For example, we saw like an Abdul Rahman last year from the Saudi League, who was pretty awesome to use. We've seen cards like Diego Costa, Romelu Lukaku get them in previous years as well. But it's kind of just random really how EA selected, so you can't really give a prediction on what cards are going to be receiving, or, you know, which 23 cards that we're going to be getting for this promo. But also, guys, we will get a few additional cards through objectives and through SBCs. In the case of FIFA 19, what we had for objectives was one player to grind for, as well as a kit at the same time. Now, because obviously objectives are a lot more in detail for FIFA 20, I do expect that there will be a few more kind of objectives for us to grind towards than what we had. That, you know, you could tell that EA were always in the process of just kind of testing out objectives. So this year, like we had with the One to Watch promo, we obviously had an end on belly to be able to grind for, which was pretty awesome, and you had to complete like 6 or 7 challenges to get that card, which was fantastic. This year, I think it's going to be a similar situation where we're either going to get potentially 2 things. First of all, we might get 2 cards to grind for, or we might just get the 1 card, where we maybe could have like 6 or 7 challenges, and over the 2 weeks, you'll have to go and complete these challenges through maybe buying stuff through like the transfer market, completing challenges and stuff like that, maybe involving using screen cards or whatever. Who knows exactly what we could expect from those. But what I also think could be pretty awesome and that they could do is that we obviously did see one of the SBCs for One to Watch, where you're able to choose between an Alexis Sanchez and a Hendrik Mkhitaryan. Potentially for objectives, what EA might do is they might switch that up, and potentially for the objectives, you have the option of choosing 1 or 2 players. So for example, maybe if you complete the objective and you unlock the pack, and you have the choice to choose between an 87 rated Ultimate Screen Diego Costa, for example, or an 86 rated Romelu Lukaku screen card. You know, I'm just thinking of they were just the first 2 players that just came into my head, and obviously used to have screen cards in the past as well. So I think that'd be pretty awesome. But obviously, one other thing that we can expect is SBCs. Now, again, last year we had 2 SBCs. I can't remember exactly the 2 cards you were able to unlock, but I know for a fact there was 2 player SBCs available throughout the duration of the throughout the duration of the promo. I think it might have been Koke, but I'm not 100% too certain on that. But I'm pretty certain Koke got one as a left midfielder, and I actually kind of remember. I'm pretty certain he got one now actually, and I'm pretty amazed. I think his crossing was absolutely insane or something like that. I think I reviewed him actually. You can go back on the channel and see if he was an SBC. I'm pretty certain he was though. But yeah, we were given 2 SBCs throughout the promo. Again, that's something similar that we can expect as well this year for FIFA 20, because typically EA for a lot of these smaller promos tend to keep them pretty much the exact same, apart from maybe the occasional couple changes. And I think most of the changes this year for the promo are going to come in the form of objectives, not so much in SBCs. I think a lot of the SBCs for the Ultimate Screen promo will be the same as last year. We'll just get like 2 cards and maybe like a few pack SBCs to grind for and stuff like that. So that's pretty much everything that we can expect from this promo. Also, guys, in regards to when we're going to see the first kind of shape-shifting boots, typically shape-shifting boosts, typically what we can expect is that initially EA tried to give these boosts out around during spooky events, for example, a full moon or Friday the 13th, stuff like that. And usually at that point, EA will kind of increase a player stat. For example, last year we had Sergio Busquets, where at one point he would get a boost. Let's say it was full moon, he'd go up to 90 pace and 90 defending. Maybe a month later, it was Friday the 13th, he'd go to 90 shooting and 90 physical. Sometimes the boosts would work in a player's favour, sometimes not so much. In the case that at one time Shaqiri had 99 defending and 99 physical, which is completely useless to a card like him. So a lot of the time, it's kind of weird to buy these cards because either when they get the boosts, it works in your favour and they go up a lot in value. For example, when Busquets had 99 pace or 90 pace, instead, he went up to like 250,000 coins, and then when he lost that 90 pace, he plummeted back down in value like well under 100,000 coins. So it's a really interesting promo on how things can kind of, how you can make coins and also lose coins at the same time. But yeah, we're going to get a lot of boosts around it for FIFA 20, and obviously eventually as the year goes on, eventually EA changes it so that the boost goes up to 99, but typically for the first few months, the boosts of the two stats will only go up to 90, and obviously will change throughout spooky events or just throughout every other weekend and stuff like that. So that's pretty much everything that I can kind of gather from my research and previous experience of this promo. It's a pretty awesome promo. It's not like a serious one, obviously, like, team of the season or team of the year or anything like that. If anything, it's a bit of fun, and I kind of hope that EA don't just give us meta cards. Like, for example, I hope they don't just give us boring ones like a Nicolas Sule or a David Alaba. As kind of cool as those would be, I'd rather have those in man of the match cards or informs. What I want them to kind of do is make cards that maybe necessarily aren't too great and kind of give them increases. For example, give like an Akinfenwa like an awesome screen boost, or give it to Alvaro Morata, for example. Cards like that, I think that'd be pretty awesome in my personal opinion. But yeah, I'll also, guys, link any, if I can find out any more information online, I'll leave links to them in the comment section for this video as well, guys. And if you do have any comments, if that you were maybe that weren't answered in this video, put them in the comment section and I'll try and answer them and stuff like that as well, because I think my knowledge on like the promos and stuff like that, because I've been playing FIFA now for a very long time, all the way since FIFA 11, I kind of know a lot about like this kind of information and what EA type of do and stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty awesome promo. I'm excited for it, and hopefully EA are going to nail this one, especially with the objectives. I hope they do that really, really well, because they did it pretty decently well for once to watch. I'm hoping that they can make it even better for this Ultimate Scream promo. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.